Hello guys, and welcome to Daddy Share Space. So today I'm coming to you with another unboxing, and I have multiple Festool track saws. I have multiple drills in the Festool line. I now have the Carvex jigsaw. I have a dust extractor. One of the things that I do not have in the shop, or that I did not have in the shop, was a sander from Festool. So I went ahead and changed that, and I went out and I purchased the Rotex or RO150 sander. So the reason why I purchased this particular sander is because I do have an old Ryobi belt sander, and whenever I use it, the belt just kind of slides off of the actual tool, which gets to be quite annoying. And then I also have two DeWalt random orbital sanders and a couple of Ryobi sanders, and what I was looking to do was upgrade my sanding to be able to use with the Festool dust extraction to keep the dust down, but then also to have a sander that gives me the ability to sand aggressively like a belt sander, which is my understanding of what this tool does, but then also to be able to do other sanding. Now I have, as I said, two DeWalt battery powered sanders, and obviously sanding is a job that can take a while and it can use up multiple batteries, and so having a sander that's corded in the shop is beneficial because you don't have to worry about any kind of power or anything like that. And then having a sander that's as aggressive as this particular sander is a good option, in my opinion, for if you need to remove a lot of stock fast. So I'm open this up and let's take a look inside. And if you look here, I actually did purchase some extra sanding pads with my sander. So I have some 80 grit, I have some 120 grit, and some 180 grit to get me started. Now, so these did not come with the sander. These are just small, I think it's like 10 packs of sanding pads, because this sander is pretty expensive in of itself, and I wasn't yet ready to go ahead and invest in like one of the sustainers that has a bunch of sandpaper in it, which runs about $200. Alright, so obviously you have your typical books and manuals inside of here. This is the presentation of the sander here. You see, rotate it towards the camera there. Let's go ahead and pull it out and see what comes in the actual sustainer itself. Obviously you get your plug-it cord, which I have here. You get one sheet of 80 grit granite sandpaper, and you get your Rotex sander, and it's a nice, weighty sander. You get an actual accessory arm that can screw on to the right and also the left side of the actual sander, so that gives you some flexibility there. You have the bumper guard for if you're going to be sanding up against materials, or like say if you're sanding up next to a wall and you didn't want to bump the wall. If you put this on here, that prevents you from actually marring anything because it'll be protected by the bumper that's on the tip there. So taking a closer look at the tool, I see that you have the fine mode here, and then the coarser mode there, which I believe the coarser mode is the Rotex, and then the finer mode is the random orbit. You've got your power on switch, and then on the back you have speed control going from 1 all the way up to 6. Right here you can fit the 27mm hose over, looks like over top, very similar to the Domino, and that's something that kind of sticks out to me, is the fact that with the sander here, which I assume is the truth with the other sanders, you have to have the smaller orifice to be able to fit over top. If you have the bigger one, then you'll have to get the actual reducer. Like if you have the 36 or 32mm hose, you would have to get the 27mm tip to be able to fit on here snugly. Right here, you've got a green button. Let's go ahead and take this off. Pop it in the case. You've got a green button here that you can depress. So you can get multiple pads for this. You can get a hard pad, you can get a soft pad, and this is just the regular one that comes with it. Now, my understanding, when you want to take this pad off, you actually have to switch the sander into the geared mode or Rotex mode, and then it locks in, and you can actually unscrew the actual pad, and you put it on. It just slides on. So just as I do that again, basically there's some ledges here. There's 3 ledges, and there's 3 prominent points here around this circular region. So you just kind of get it on there and twist it under, and it's good to go. There's another feature here with this particular sander. If you do not want to use it with dust collection, you can actually push this green button in here and remove the actual dust collection. So the dust comes through here and then goes through here and then comes out the port. So that's another option. My understanding is there are people that may use a sander like this in automotive, so they may use it for polishing, because you can get a polishing pad, and so then you may not need the actual dust extraction for that particular function. So anyways, pretty short video. It's just a sander, but it's the Rotex sander. This is not a cheap piece of kit, coming in at around $669 retail, but I do plan on getting some other sanders in the Festool line. Right now, at this point, I'm considering the Rotex 90 and the 6-inch, I think the 5-stroke ETS sander, and that'll kind of round out, that'll probably cover all of my sanding needs for the most part. Now, if I continue to go further, I will be looking into the 3 hybrid sanders that Festool offers that actually can run off a battery, and then also that have the actual plug-in. Now, the next sander that I'll pick up, I can't decide on if it's going to be that ETS 155 or if it's going to be the Rotex. I mean, my logic behind getting the Rotex is the fact that you get the diamond pad, so that or the triangular pad, so that you can get into corners, but it also offers the aggressive functionality of this sander, so that will kind of cover, you know, both ends of the spectrum. My rationale for getting the ETS sander would be the ETS 150/5 would be, it's a little bit more aggressive than the /3, but it's also got the bigger head, so that you can cover more surface area. If I did get the actual battery power sanders, my rationale behind those would be to give you that flexibility of being able to be cordless if you needed to do a small task like that. With I believe it's the Delta, the triangular pad model, it has a bigger pad than the actual Rotex, and you know, also giving the ability to be cordless. My understanding is sanding with this is great for aggressive sanding, and you can do regular sanding, but it's not as comfortable for longer tasks as something like the ETS, I believe 155. So anyways, thanks for taking time to watch the video. I'll see you in my next one. Take care.